Now, let's talk about this Malaysian woman. Now, this is something that, I haven't heard of women buying expensive cars for their husbands and men, they man. Because usually it's the man the other way around. But this woman, she's a Malaysian woman, and she buys her husband, she purchases him a Lamborghini. Now, this is going to be his reward. Now, she purchased the Lamborghini before she's having this C-section, having her baby, their baby. So she buys, takes him, blind, takes them. They get to the Lamborghini dealership, and he's blindfolded, and she walks him up to the door. The Lamborghini is right there with a big old bow on it. She take off the blind his she takes the blindfold off of his eyes, and he sees a Lamborghini with a bow. And she's talking to him in her own native tongue, and she's an expecting mother, and it's worth $2 million. Okay, $2 million as a reward for the long sleepless nights that awaited him once she gave birth. Do you hear what I'm telling you, people? This is something that's really, really good. Now, I haven't heard of women doing this in America. I've heard men doing it in America, so maybe I've been under a rock. I just haven't heard no articles like that. You hear what I'm saying? And no stories and rumors like that. But I have heard of men buying expensive cars for their spouses, their wives. But a woman at 19 years of age, she surprised her husband with a Lamborghini Hurricane Evo ahead of her confinement that will last for 100 days. Now, how many men? I'd like to hear from the men. I'd like to hear from the men. How many of you men would have no problem taking care of a baby and having sleepless nights and living with your in-laws for 100 days? For 100 days. And she shared this on TikTok. Okay. She can be seen walking her 20-year-old blindfolded husband, she's 19, he's 20, into a car dealership to surprise him with the supercar wrapped in a big red bow. The husband, visibly in shock, broke down and hugged his wife while thanking her for the gift. I would have been hugging, thanking, jumping up for joy if I was into the Lamborghinis. Now, if someone purchased me a Lamborghini, I would be excited, no doubt. And if somebody just bought me a car, I would be excited, no doubt, because I've bought all my cars. You see what I'm saying? So when somebody gifts you or buy you a car, you have to be excited, especially if you bought every car you own and you had to get up and go to work every day and pay for that car. And then when it starts getting close to being paid off, you get excited because you're like, oh, I'm going to have some free money. You see what I'm saying? So, however, I would be totally excited. But men, I want you to chime in and leave your comments on this video. What do you make of this? That this 19-year-old wife has purchased her 20-year-old husband a Lamborghini in return. This is his reward now for taking care of her when she has the baby, their baby, and she's going to have a C-section, and she's going to be being taken care of. He has to commit 100 days at the in-laws house, and he's going to have some sleepless nights while she's recovering. He's going to have to do the work and change the diapers, because she's actually a young mother and she's an entrepreneur, and they got married in February of 2021. And she says, our blessings have not stopped since we got married. He has taken such good care of me, especially during my pregnancy. Apart from being thankful for his sacrifice, I am gifting this Lamborghini because I want him by my side throughout my confinement, Miss Osmond told Instar. See, you know what? We don't see a lot of that with women being confined nowadays in America. They have a baby in one day, and in 2 and 3 days, they already out of the house, at the club, out there in the street shopping, getting hair to get their hair done, nails done. This is reality, people. I'm not here to put nobody down, so let's not do that in my comments. But what I am saying is this is the reality of it, and it is the truth, and I'm gonna speak the truth. I have seen young women have a baby in one day and be in the club 2 and 3 days later. And the thing is that we gotta take care of young women. You gotta take care of yourself. Just like my mother told me, take care of yourself. You should be resting. You shouldn't be walking up and down those steps out in no mall nowhere. if you got to take your baby to the doctor and you the only one got to do it for their 2-week checkup or whatever, and they shots or whatever, you got to do that. Of course, you have to do that. And if you can get someone to drive you, that's good too. And if you have family that will help you, that's awesome. That's amazing. But if it's just you, you got to do what you have to do. But out in the club, getting your nails done, your hair done, you just had a baby a day ago, 2, 3 days ago. There's some women out there fighting and be out in the street fighting, ganging. You know what I'm saying? And they just had a baby. Baby be with them in the little stroller on the ground, and then had a baby, and the baby in the car seat on the ground while they putting up their dukes, all type of stuff. We've seen a whole bunch of stuff, so y'all know I'm telling the truth about that. You all know we've seen a lot of stuff, but this woman is going to be confined 100 days. And back in the day, my mom told me back in the day when she was growing up and her mother, they didn't go outside. They was in the house for 3 months. They was in the house for 3 months after they delivered a baby. 3 months being taken care of. And usually family helped them. Yes, 3 months. Nowadays, you don't see that. You see them out in the street. And when you get maternity leave, it's 6 weeks for most jobs, 6 weeks maternity, you do that, and everything like that. But you should be at home recuperating and enjoying time, baby bonding. And if you can take extra time off the baby bond with your baby, excuse me, because that's part of, your maternity leave, do those things. Take care of yourself, young women. Stop being out in the street right after you have a baby. Stay at home. Take care of yourself, because your body needs to be taken care of so you can have longevity. You know what I'm saying? Longevity. So take care of yourself. But like this woman says, she's going to be confined. She says the expecting mother says she is scheduled to deliver her firstborn at the end of March. So end of March. And wanted to buy the gift is she would not be able to travel after that. Okay. So I don't know what they saying on their TikTok video, but the article, translated in English. And it's a young couple here, and I salute this young woman for being able to love on her man like that and reward him for the things that he do. Not always women being portrayed as having their hand out, because there's some good women out here that would do a lot for the man that they're with, their husband. But there's a lot of women that always have their hand out and feel entitled. We see that a lot too. And the men don't get credit. So men, if you're doing what you're doing, you taking care of your family, taking care of your children, getting up and going to work, I salute you, men, because you guys don't get enough credit for doing the right thing. And you don't. You don't get enough credit for stepping up. So, men, I salute you. So let this be an example. Don't come mad at me that I'm giving this example, women, that this young woman stepping up her game with her husband, and she gonna make sure that he's taken care of because he gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And then she said, according to her family's tradition in Palatine, the period is 100 days. So that's 3 months. See, that's what I was telling you. 3 months you gotta stay home after you have that baby. Of my husband having to be in Kampong with me at my parents' home, she added. She said her husband is expected to take care of the baby as well as during her postpartum period. And she says, I'm expecting my husband to not only be with me all the time, but he has to care for the baby day and night because there's a huge possibility I will be having a cesarean birth. Moms out there will know how painful a C-section is. So I want more attention from my husband, she said. See, if you've had a C-section, you do know how painful it is, and you do need to have someone there to really help you and take care of you while you're resting and recovering. Okay. And then Miss Osmond added that she is expecting her husband to clean their baby's diapers. And she might have the diapers that you wash, not the throwaway disposable Pampers, or Huggies. And they used to use diapers back in the day, and you had to wash those diapers, and they was washed and bleached and looked good and looked like they had never been used before. Okay, and she said he's fine with that because he has been cleaning after our cat all this while. So guess what? He been in training. He is being groomed so that he know what he needs to do. Even though a baby is not a cat, but he been cleaning up cat. And that stuff be horrible. I've never had a cat, but I've had great friends and good friends that have had them. And that stuff be, ooh, that's why they say to get that kitty litter one, whichever one that one is. I've never had a cat. I've always had a dog. But anyway, he can stay awake at night because his business brain works better at night doing marketing, she said. See that? See, you know what? She got a strategic plan going on, people. People, a strategic plan. She said, see, she even let him know. You know what? got the brain that works better at night. Why not be up taking care of the baby, right? While you doing your marketing. So according to local media, the businesswoman earlier went viral when she spent a fortune on Louis Vuitton bags for her baby. Guess what? This woman said God is blessing her. And in order to show her blessing, to show her, excuse me, to show her appreciation, she has bought her husband a Lamborghini. Now, this video might ruffle some women's feathers because they're going to say, I can't measure up. And now the men, don't go home, men, and be up there telling your wife that they need to buy you a Lamborghini for all you do. Don't go home and throw it in her face like that. Please don't do that. And don't come over here, women, and say, you got my husband harassing me about a Lamborghini. Don't do it. Don't do that. Just take it in stride and understand if you can't afford the Lamborghini, start small. Start small. A pair of socks, a nice shirt. When you get paid, a nice tie that matches or a nice suit blazer, and say, honey, I was thinking of you and I just knew how handsome you would look in this suit and tie and this blazer. So you know what? I went all out to get you this blazer. And next, I couldn't afford everything, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Or you know what size shoe he wears, and you know what type of shoes he like. You go buy him a nice pair of them tennis shoes so he can go shoot hoop on the court, and all the brothers gonna be jealous. Man, where you get them new kicks from? You know what I'm saying? Or a nice ring or a nice bracelet, or a nice necklace. Some men like necklaces, nice chains. You might not be able to afford them chains that them rappers out here be in their videos, but a nice, sleek, modest chain that he can wear, because sometimes, it's good to, show a nice appreciation, because yeah, women, we know we do a lot and we put up with a lot, but you know what? Engage your man, engage him, and he probably will be more willing to do a little more, when it comes to household chores and it comes to, taking care of the kids. It's your time to take them to the park and spend some time with your son, man. Teach your young man how to be a man, how to treat women, how to grow up and be responsible. It's a lot of stuff I could talk about, about family and what we should be doing. And eventually, yes, we'll get to those videos too. But I try to incorporate it in what I'm talking about in these other videos, because you know what? It's good to have information. And this is a young couple, 19 and 20, doing big things with big money. They are blessed. And she said that she's an entrepreneur and he does marketing. And let me tell you, that little taxi that they might have rolled in to get to that dealership, they riding away in a Lamborghini. Bye, taxi man. They gave him probably a big tip, but I don't think they came in a taxi, but guess what? Anyway, they gonna be riding away in they Lamborghini, and he looks excited. He didn't know what was gonna happen, but guess what? You never know. Sometimes you just gotta go along with the plan. Go along with the process. Trust the process. He trusted the process, being blindfolded. He didn't know where he was going. he a lot. Look, and that's got to be some trust. She led the way, not him leading. She led the way, and then took the blindfold off with a big Lamborghini with a red bow on it. Okay, people. Okay, now. So anyway, leave your comments below. Men, what I want to hear from you. What do you think of this? Do you think you deserve a Lamborghini or something close to it, even though your wife may or may not be able to afford it? What do you think about this whole thing? And women, what do you think? If you had the money, would you do it? So leave your comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Bye now.